No, Prabhuji, I saw that you have already joined, so for that I didn't start it.
Okay, no problem. I'll just start. Okay. Okay, we'll start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiret Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Puttanyamishwaram Yamagyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat. So, welcome you all for our Bhagavatam discussion. So, we'll continue our discussion today. Sloka number 16, no?
Yeah, Prabhuji, it's assigned to me.
Okay, go ahead.
15th, Prabhuji. No, yesterday we completed till 14th.
14, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. 15th we have to start.
Oh, sure. 15 assigned to whom? 15 sloka, whom we assigned? Who is going to read? Shridevi Mataji.
40, 22, 36,
Shridevi Mataji.
39.
Yeah, Prabhu, I'm checking.
15 completed.
Yes, Prabhuji, 16th should be started today.
Yeah, I think 15.
15 complete. 16 is Sumit Prabhuji, 15 we have completed. Prabhuji.
Okay, go ahead, start here.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very good.
पुनश्च भूयात् भगवति अनन्ते रतिप्रसङ्गश्च तत् आश्रयेषु महत्सु यां याम् उपयामि षष्ठ्यं मैत्रेयस्तु सर्वत्र नामोद्विजेभ्यः. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Again, offering obeisances unto all you Brahmanas, I pray that if I should again take my birth in the material world, I will have complete attachment to the unlimited Lord Krishna, association with his devotees, and friendly relation with all living beings. Purport. That a devotee of Lord is the only perfect living being is explained herein by Maharaj Parikshit. A devotee of the Lord is no one's enemy, although there may be many enemies of a devotee. A devotee of the Lord does not like to associate with non-devotees, although he has no enmity with them. He desires associations with the devotees of the Lord. This is perfectly natural because birds of the same feather mix together. And the most important function of a devotee is to have complete attachment for Lord Shri Krishna, the Father of all living beings. As a good son of the Father behaves in a friendly way with all his other brothers, so also the devotee of the Lord, being a good son of the Supreme Father, Lord Krishna, sees all other living beings in relation with the Supreme Father. He tries to bring back the upstart sons of the Father to a saner stage and to get them to accept the Supreme Fatherhood of God. Maharaj Parikshit was certainly going back to Godhead, but even if he were not to go back, he prayed for a pattern of life which is the most perfect way in the material world. A pure devotee does not desire the company of a personality as great as Brahma, but he prefers the association of a petty living being provided he is a devotee of the Lord. So here, important thing is like it is giving like the devotee is a perfect living being. So perfection is actually not in the knowledge, power, or the status, but perfection is in the bhakti, pure devotion. So perfection is measured like how much a person is surrendered to the Lord. So how much love he has for the Lord and how much compassion he has for all the living beings, not some external achievements, materialistic achievements. And devotee is like an Ajat Shatru. He has no enemies, and others may consider him as enemy, but he doesn't consider anybody as enemy. Like Yudhishthir Maharaj example, we can see that he never considered anybody as his enemy, though Duryodhan always considered Pandava as their enemy. And devotee's heart is non-envious. It is filled with goodwill towards everybody. He wants good for everyone. He avoids non-devotees. You don't want to take their association, but it is not like he consider them as enemies. But just to preserve his spiritual atmosphere, he want to avoid the non-devotee association. And devotee always seek the company of the devotees because for the sadhu sangha, like for sadhu sangha is something that is very much potent for increasing our devotion. So because it is mentioned like birds of a same feather flock together, so devotee naturally wants the company of the other devotees. Because of that, his devotion and remembrance of Krishna is increased. And seeing he see all the beings as the children of God. All the living entities are the part and parcel of the Lord. So he see everyone in relation with the Supreme Lord. So that is his mission, to reconnect the other souls to the Lord, because Lord is the original source of everyone, and everyone can feel that happiness and bliss once they are connecting with the Lord. And devotees of the Lord also prefer devotion over any other material status. So even he will be living very simply, but he if he can practice devotion in that condition, then he will be happy in that condition. And yeah, Prabhu, that's all from my side.
Yeah. So Maharaj Parikshit is asking for 3 boons. He's saying, let me have a rati for the Lord, I mean attraction for the Lord or love for the Lord, and let me have excellent association of devotees and friendly, the friendship with every living entity. This is what Parishit Maharaj is asking. As a practicing devotees, I should also aspire to ask for this. So if this thing is there, balance will be taken care. So if the Lord is, I have at least little love for the Lord, my majority problem will be solved. And of course, if I am with the association of devotees and also I am friendly with every living entity, this is where the challenge is that. So it's exactly Parishit Maharaj is asking here. Okay, so we'll move on to the next 17. Who's going to read 17? Anybody allocated?
Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Oh, anybody allocated? Oh,
To Archana Mataji, it is, I think so, Prabhuji.
she's there?
Prabhu, shall I continue if you allow me?
Yeah, good. Go ahead,
Hare
ma'am.
Krishna Prabhuji.
You are
Sorry,
there?
I was unable to mute only, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Okay.
Let her continue. It's okay. Continue.
Yeah, good.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Text 17. Ithi sama राजाधय वास्याः युक्ताः प्राचीनः मूलेषु कुसेः धीरा उधान मुखो दक्षिणा कुला अस्ते समुद्र पतनया सवा सुता न्यासा बहरा. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
In perfect self-control, Maharaj Parikshit sat down on a seat of straw with straw roots facing the east, placed on the southern bank of the Ganges, and he himself faced the north. Just previously, he had given charge of his kingdom over to his son. Purport. uh, the river Ganges is celebrated as the wife of the sea. The seat of the of Kusa straw is considered to be sanctified if the straw is taken out of the earth complete with the roots, and if the root is pointed towards the east, it is considered to be auspicious. Facing the north is still more favorable for attaining spiritual success. Maharaj Parikshit handed over the charge of administration to his son before leaving home. He was thus fully equipped for all the favorable conditions. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. So, yeah, Maharaj Parikshit handed over to his son Janamejaya. So then he came back and he sat on of course, purport explanation there, how he sits and which direction he faces, which direction Kushagra has mentioned. These are all the kind of basic etiquettes of meditation. Even in the Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna talks about how meditation is to be done. Yeah, 18.
No, Prabhuji, 18th I did not allocate to anybody.
Okay.
Actually, I
Anyone?
thought it 14 only. We have completed till 14 only.
Okay.
So
No
I
problem.
thought the 3 slokas
Yeah.
only we finished
Yeah.
today.
Anyone else we can read over quickly?
I
Sorry.
will read Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you want to read? Do you want to read? Means you can read.
Saurabh, Prabhu want to read?
No, it's okay. If Mataji wants, then I have no problem. कोई issue नहीं है.
No. No, you read Prabhuji. I am daily reading.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1.19.1 है श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय.
Yeah.
एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेव देव प्रयापोऽभिस्वते दिवि देवसङ्गा प्रयास भूमन् व्याकिरं प्रसन्नेर् मूरा मुहुर् दुधुभायश्च नेधु. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Thus the king, Maharaj Parikshit, sat to fast until death. All the demigods of the higher planets praised the king's actions and in pleasure continually scattered flowers over the earth and beat celestial drums. Prabhupada by Srila Prabhupada. Even up to the time of Maharaja Parikshit, there were interplanetary communications, and the news of Maharaja Parikshit's fasting unto death to attain salvation reached the higher planets in the sky where the intelligent demigods live. The demigods are more luxurious than human beings, but all of them are obedient to the orders of the Supreme Lord. There is no one in the heavenly planets who is an atheist or non-believer. Thus, any devotee of the Lord on the surface of the earth is always praised by them. And in the case of Maharaja Parikshit, they were greatly delighted and thus gave tokens of honor by scattering flowers over the earth and by beating celestial drums. A demigod takes pleasure in seeing someone go back to Godhead. He is always pleased with a devotee of the Lord, so much so that by his Adhadevic powers, he may help the devotees in all respects. And by their actions, the Lord is pleased with them. There is an invisible chain of complete cooperation between the Lord, the demigods, and the devotees of the Lord on the earth. So here, Srila Prabhupada wants to say, that if we are able to praise the demigods, then the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna will be automatically become happy, become pleased. So on the so this is it is depends on the how much depth our love to Krishna, our devotion to Krishna, to Krishna, our intention to do something to Krishna, how much depth in that. So and the most saying thing is whatever if there is one sloka in second chapter ke nahaya vikram nasosti patta bayona vitate shalpam apyasa dharmasa trayato mahata bhayat. Your smallest to smallest step to your devotional service, your smallest to smallest step to your devotional growth, to your spiritual upgradation will save you from a bigger problems, from bigger difficulties. So because here Parikshit Maharaj have give up his duty, sorry, he has give up his material duty, have give up his material desire, have give up his any kind of material intensity, material thinking. Now he wants the salvation or the any kind of mukti, and he completely determined to become the servant of the Lord, or any kind of, he want to attain, he want to know what is the meaning of the spirituality in individual's life. So by seeing the effort of the Parikshit Maharaj, the demigods are automatically praised, so that they showering the flowers from the other planet, from the higher planet. So because they are so much, they are so much praised, and it is also which will happen for the us all also. If every individual do something good, something great for the to praise the God, demigods will automatically be praised, and somehow demigods will help us that how we make more progress to our devotional service. That's it, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, bro. Yes. Yeah, as you rightly said, all the Devi Devatas very pleased when worship Krishna. But at the same time, we should not take misunderstanding saying that we worship demigod. There are people, worship demigod to get the more money. So the worship of or respecting a demigod should be in the mood that they should worship Krishna. That should be the mood, not for the business or asking for a material benefit from the devatas. That's the point we need to also understand. Okay, we'll move on to the next. 19. Somebody else can read. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody else want to read? Please unmute quickly.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Maharshayo vai samupagataye prasasya satviti anumodamanaha vucha prajanugraha silasara yaduttamasloka gunabhirupam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the great sages who were assembled there also praised the decision of Maharaja Parikshit, and they expressed their approval by saying very good. Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to common men, for they have all the qualitative powers of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaja Parikshit, a devotee of the Lord, and they spoke as follows. Purport: the natural beauty of a living being is enhanced by raising up to the platform of devotional service. Maharaja Parikshit was absorbed in attachment for Lord Krishna. Seeing this, the great sages assembled were very pleased, and they expressed their approval by saying, very good. Such sages are naturally inclined to do good to the common man. And when they see a personality like Maharaja Parikshit advanced in devotional service, their pleasure knows no bounds, and they offer all blessings in their power. The devotional service of the Lord is so auspicious that all the demigods and sages up to the Lord himself became pleased with the devotee, and therefore the devotee finds everything auspicious. All inauspicious matters are removed from the path of a progressive devotee. Meeting all the great sages at the time of death was certainly auspicious for Maharaja Parikshit, and thus he was blessed by the so-called curse of a Brahmana's boy. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, want to share some points?
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, these sages, they try to do very good to the common people. And when Maharaja Parikshit, such a great devotee of the Lord, when he sat for meditation, where all the sages assembled, so they all came to say goodbye to the. They all said very good to such a Maharaj, such a devotee, and they see personality. Maharaja Parikshit advanced in devotional service. Their pleasure knows no bounds. They are very happy for their because Maharaja Parikshit is very devotional and very good devotee of the Lord. The devotional service of the Lord is so auspicious that all demigods and sages up to the Lord himself became pleased with the devotee. All the demigods and sages, everybody is very happy with his devotional service. That means Maharaja Parikshit's devotional service. That is very auspicious. All inauspicious matters are removed from the path of a progressive devotee. When a devotee is sat for such devotional thing, all his inauspicious matters will be removed, it seems. Meeting all the great sages at the time of death was certainly auspicious for Maharaja Parikshit. So before leaving, he saw all the sages. All the great sages came, and in the great sages, what Prabhuji said is this Brahmaji, Naradji, everybody is also there. So before he left the body, so that is very auspicious to Maharaja Parikshit before he is leaving the body. And the curse of the Brahmana boy, and thus he was blessed by the so-called curse of a Brahmana boy. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please
Hare
explain.
Krishna. Yeah, I mean, everything covered. The first line what Prabhupada writes is really very, very, catchy. The natural beauty of a living being is enhanced by rising up to the platform devotional service. So this is, see, Prabhupada's purport always, now here in this purport also, see the first line and last line. First line will be very, very punching, and last line will be conclusive line. The natural beauty of a living being is enhanced by rising up to the platform devotional service. So if you take up a devotional service, everything comes. In other places in Bhagavad Gita also says that Bhagavatam mentions that if you take up devotional service, you get all the qualities of Devi Devatas. Now, Prabhupada is saying that even beauty increases just by natural devotional services. This you can see, even the devotees, many of the devotees, see the glowing their face, and many of the sages, the whole aura is increases just because they are devotees of Lord. So this is the perfect statement Srila Prabhupada makes. Yeah, we'll read one more sloka. Yeah. Please, anyone quickly, please.
Canto 1, Chapter 19, Text 20. Nava idam rajarushivarya chitram bhavatstu krishnam samanuvarteshu e sanam raja krita justam sadyo jahur bhagavat parshva kamaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The sages said, O chief of all the saintly kings of the Pandu dynasty who are strictly in the line of Lord Sri Krishna, it is not at all astonishing that you gave up your throne, which is decorated with the helmets of many kings, to achieve eternal association with the personality of Godhead. Purport. Foolish participants who hold political administration.
Foolish politicians, huh? Sorry,
who hold.
Mataji. Sorry, Mataji, go ahead. Yeah.
But foolish politicians who hold political administrative posts think that the temporary posts they occupy are the highest material gain of life, and therefore they stick to those posts even up to the last moment of life, without knowing that the achievement of liberation is one of the associates of the Lord in his eternal abode is the highest gain of life. The human life is meant for achieving this end. The Lord has assured us in the Bhagavad Gita many times that going back to Godhead, his eternal abode is the highest achievement. Prahlad Maharaja, while praying to Lord Narasimha, said, "Oh, my Lord, I am very much afraid of the materialistic way of life, and I am not the least afraid of your present ghastly, ferocious features of, as Narasimha Deva. This materialistic way of life is something like grinding stone, and we are being crushed by it. We have fallen into his horrible whirlpool, this horrible whirlpool of the tossing waves of life, and thus, my Lord, I pray at your lotus feet to call me back to your eternal abode as one of your servitors. This is the summit liberation of this materialistic way of life. I have very bitter experiences of the materialistic way of life. In whichever species of life I have taken birth, compelled by the force of my own activities, I have very painfully experienced two things, namely separation from my beloved and meeting with what is not wanted. And to uh, counteract them, the remedies which I undertook were more dangerous than the disease itself. So I drift from the point to another, birth after birth, and I pray to you, therefore, to give me a shelter at your lotus feet. The Pandava kings, who are more than many saints of the world, knew the bitter results of the materialistic way of life. They were never captivated by the glare of the imperial throne they occupied, and they sought always the opportunity of being called by the Lord to associate with him eternally. Maharaja Parikshit was the worthy grandson of Maharaja Yudhishthira. Maharaja Yudhishthira gave up the imperial throne to his grandson, and similarly, Maharaja Parikshit, the grandson of Maharaja Yudhishthira, gave up the imperial throne to his son Janamejaya. This is the way of all the kings in the dynasty because they are all strictly in the line of Lord Krishna. Thus, the devotees of the Lord are never enchanted by the glare of materialistic life, and they live impartially, unattached to the objects of the false, illusory, materialistic way of life. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You want to say anything, Mataji?
Now, Prabhuji, you explain, please.
Okay, the sages, assembled sages headed by Shanuka Rishi, now glorifying the Parishit Maharaj. They're saying that you are in the dynasty of Pandu and Pandavas, and in the line of Sri Lord Krishna. And it's not very astonishing that because your seniors like Pandavas also, they gave up their throne and handed over to you. Now you are handed over to your son. So Prabhupada in the purport talks about the current foolish politicians. You know, you would have remember there was one politician, maybe early 80s or late 80s. He was so sick, he was hospitalized, but he was not ready to resign from the central ministership. So his desire was that he wanted to die as a minister. That was his desire. See the how foolish or how ignorant people are that. So they think that that is a great dying as a politician, a minister, or this. And what is the consequence? They will have to take birth so many times again. So, but they don't understand that. So that's why Bhagavatam has to be taught every children and every nook and corner. Like every politicians, every ruler, administrator should know the Bhagavatam. Then only they will understand. At least they'll behave little. Otherwise, today, if you see how the corruption happens, one-to-one fight is happening because they don't understand the real consequence of it. So that's one reason we as a devotees, I maximum try to give this education to at least for children, because at least for the future, they at least they have the basics, fundamentals of spirituality, saying that no, you are not this body. Your duty is not to just make money. Your duty is to serve. The human body is given for you for a certain purpose. This at least, stored in that brain. At least one day they will use that. So like Prabhupada quotes here how Prahlad Maharaj praying. Prahlad Maharaj is, even Narsimadev is asking, ask anything. He says, no, I'm not here to make a business with you. And I'm not afraid of your ghastly, figure or your roaring anger, but I'm afraid of this materialist way of life. So, on the other hand, people like me, I want to enjoy this life. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to be here. That is my way of thinking. So, this is where I should change. So, Prabhupada says, we have fallen into this horrible whirlpool of tossing the waves of life. So, like Punarapi Janana, Punarapi Maranam, I'm tossed one body to one body. I'm continuously going on. Whereas Prahlad Maharaj is sincerely praying, please get me out of this. That's the mood in which I should take. So Prabhupada says that, Prahlad Maharaj says that I have very painfully experienced two things. Of course, everybody is experienced. One is separation from the beloved Lord and meeting with which is not wanted. These two things I should be very careful. Like previous verse also we remember discussed. The real fear is that we are forgetting Krishna. And another real fear is that we are getting that's not wanted. That's like material things, Janma Mittu Jara Vyadhi or Adi Bhautika, Adi Davika, and Adi Admika. These are problems which nobody wants, but you will get it. So this is what fear finally Prabhupada says. The thus devotee of the Lord are never enchanted by the glare of materialistic life. This is the quality of a devotee. At any cost, whatever happens, he is not attracted by the material way of life. Okay, I'll stop here. Balance verses we'll try to finish it tomorrow. Okay, devotees can share their comments. Yeah, who want to share? Maybe. Okay, Varsha Mata, you want to share?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class.
Thank you.
So today I understood we should desire for the three boons what Parikshit Maharaj had asked, and I understood the basic etiquettes of meditation, not much but basic. And even though we respect to demigods, we should be in a mood that we are praying to Krishna. Otherwise, it is all material. And taking up devotional service increases the beauty automatically without doing anything. And the last thing was very good, Prabhuji. I mean, I should not do business with God about asking anything materials. Instead, I should just involve in the devotional service, which helped me to leave this body, like how Prahlad Maharaj did. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vidya Prabhumataji. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಡಿವೋಟಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಉಮಾಶಂಕರ್ ಪ್ರಭು.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So today's takeaway is that we should develop the loving affection towards the Lord. So if we take one step, God comes 10 steps ahead. And second is that we should water the roots, the Krishna Prema. And we should not rely on the demigods for the temporary things, but we should respect them to be the parts and parcels of Krishna, like the minister's role in this country. And next is that we should intend for that righteous rulers. So earlier and all, we could see that Parikshit Maharaj was a righteous king. But nowadays, if you see the politicians, they are have a different kind of hunger for the money and power, so which is temporary. So the righteous kings, we should spread the knowledge so that righteous people can come to the power. Hare Krishna.
Sumit Prabhu, to say anything?
No, Prabhuji.
Sridevi Mataji.
Hare Krishna ji.
Hare Krishna.
But devotees of the Lord wants to associate only with the devotees, like Maharaja Parikshit. Though he has no enmity towards others, Maharaja Parikshit, he wants to be friendly with all the relatives and friends if he is again born in the material world. Maharaja Parikshit, he sat to fast until death. All the demigods of the higher planets praised the king's action and scattered flowers over the earth and beat celestial drums. All the great sages who were assembled praised Maharaja Parikshit, saying, "Very good." And the sages said, "O chief of Pandavas, you gave up the dynasty. That means he is in the line of in the Lord Krishna. It is not surprising that you gave up the throne because Maharaja Parikshit aims to eternally associate with the personality of Godhead." That is today's class, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Sudha Mataji, Sudhavadi. I think. Okay. Saurav Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The very first day when I joined this class, no, the moment Mayappan Prabhu came to me and gave you a number, and whenever I have the association from the very first day of the beginning of this Srimad Bhagavad Katha, I feel myself. I'm sharing my own personal experience. I feel myself in another world, another planet, actually. So thank you, sir. I'm very much grateful to including even all of the senior Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who is listening to me. Thank you so much to all of you. And coming to the point, in this chapter today, I understood the most how significant of the association is, association of the nobles, association of the sadhus, and thinkly, and secondly, whoever the power, whoever so much attached to the powers and position, so it's completely temporary. uh, Powers and position will once will take away by another one. This is how we have we have as a power and position. We have to go through our devotional service, because what we get the devotional service is completely is forever to me. And nothing will take away from me. That's it from me.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Rosa Mataji, say anything.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So today, I liked 2 points. Like overall, I have liked Prabhuji. But we should always keep a desire to serve the Lord. And one more point is like we need to teach spirituality from the age of 5 has Prahlad started his spirituality from age 5. So all are eligible from 5 itself. We should teach all the young generation to know about God, because our death and all comes at any age. There is no time that when we will die or something. Every stage is a danger in on the earth. So that's all, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
The demigods above and the sages here, all very much pleased with the Lord, with Maharaja Parikshit. So that is the power of devotion, Prabhuji. And then devotion to God and association with devotees and loving all. These three are very important. And a devotee of the Lord is no one's enemy. It is here given here. And then he does not like to associate with non-devotees. So he has no enemy. And moreover, in the last text 20, it is given about us. The materialistic way of life is something like a grinding stone, and we are being crushed by it. So it is very correct. Having known that also, the devotional path is very slow with me, Prabhuji. So only by chanting we can come into this path very quickly. So the age is going on. So the last stages, we are in the last stages. The only need is bhakti only, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mayappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Devotees never consider anyone as enemy, no envy, avoid non-devotees association, and friendship with every living entity, association with Lord, aspire to live in devotion, even if one has to come back to this material world. And all the Devi Devatas, all demigods are pleased when we are in devotion with the Supreme Lord. They are always inclined to support devotees in all possible ways. And current foolish politicians and ministers lack devotion and spiritual knowledge. They are completely entangled in material desire. This is a very unfortunate circumstances. They are supposed to be the model for the entire society, actually. All these people badly in need of spiritual education. And Prahalad Maharaj has precisely highlights the miseries of this material world. Devotees are not attracted by the material world. This is what I have understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Thank you, Prabhuji. Asha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Any attachment of any kind is temporary, unlike our relationship with the Supreme, the Krishna. Devotee's heart is always non-envious, and three things are very important: unlimited attachment to Krishna, association with the devotees, and friendly relations with all the living beings. Then everyone should be taught about Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and especially the children, because they should know that earning money and materialistic life is not the only way, but there is something beyond it. But for me, like, I have this desire of taking up for the children, but somehow or the other it is not happening, Prabhuji. I think so. I'm not doing sufficient maybe, and I also think always that I am still learning, so I am not capable of doing that. But wherever possible, I just put in this idea in the mind of the children that Krishna is supreme and there is something beyond. Even when I'm teaching in school nowadays, I started this, though I know I am not supposed to, but somehow in a different way I take, and I bring the point that, and I made my students understand that it is not that I am doing that, there is someone above us, and I make sure that they understand that they are not doing something, because they all have this idea of money is everything, and then we are doing everything. And then I asked so many questions, and at the end I made them realize that no, there is something beyond it. Anyway, I'm trying for this taking up Krishna consciousness for the children, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I hope and I pray Krishna, I'll do something quickly.
It'll happen, Mataji. Your desires, Krishna will fulfill, whatever is that. See, the why teaching is required. Yesterday we went to one of the school. I don't want to name the school here. So there was a lot of children were decorating outside. So we met the, I think, principal, vice principal. So when coming out, we asked her, what is this happening? So the principal said, we are preparing for some festival, and this side all mythology session. So I said, what is mythology? She said, Ramayana Mahabharata. So why say mythology? No, she got shocked when I say why mythology, because that's how they teach the children. Ramayana Mahabharata is mythology. They put a big board, is mythology, in the school. So then immediately I told her, Madam, this is not mythology. If you say this myth, you're saying it's wrong, or it's a lie. How will you teach your children like this? She said, yeah. The point I'm saying that's the reason teachers also to be learn. Then only, as Rashimataji rightly said, if a teachers like you, definitely they can enlighten children. Because everybody in the school, because that's a mass, the students are there. Like one school, 500, 600 students, the 600 souls are getting trained. So that's a good opportunity to preach in schools and colleges. Thank you, Mataji. So before end, tomorrow there's a session, 7:30, by His Grace Gaurachandra Gopinath Prabhu, talking about preparing our mood for celebrating Janmashtami. So he will do 3 sessions, maybe every Friday, like coming from tomorrow. So requesting all to join, and you can request others also to join. So 7:30 to 8:30, 1 hour. Hare Krishna. So we'll end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Ananta koti vaishnavrinda ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.